you over?
Because I was at the stop sign for too long?
Yeah, what's up with that? Why was you just sitting there?
I was just waiting for it to turn green.
I feel it's better than running through it. Where you headed?
I'm headed home.
Okay, where you live?
With my parents.
Okay, and where do your parents live?
They live with me.
Okay, and where do you all live?
We all live together.
Okay, so where's your house?
It's next to my neighbor's house.
And where's your neighbor's house?
Ooh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
Next to my house.
I'm just too damn pretty. Right. I know your man agree with me. Right. The world would be fucked up. Yeah. And my face wasn't all in it. Damn. She ill is back in your face. Instagram and book face.
What's going on, everybody? I know we started really late. There's another show currently going on, a private show with the other mates. So it may be just me for the moment. Don't know how long this fight is going to last. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it since it's just me for now. Man, it's been a lot of shit going on, and I know everybody's been seeing it. Well, I can't say everybody's been seeing it because if I can get this up. All right, because of the fact that a lot of people are distracted by a lot of things, but there was some things that I wanted to clear up and voice my opinion, at least. Some major issues to me. So I'll go ahead and jump into it. I don't even know what I want to start with first. I guess I could start with us as Black women protecting each other. Very rare that I see a video where there's a Black woman protecting another Black woman from whomever. This specific video was at a McDonald's. I don't know where. Don't know what city, state, but basically there was a white man, clear man, going off on a sister, and another sister stepped in as she should, and she protected her. Not saying that she needed protection, but she just wasn't about to let that go down. And these days, like I said, I don't see much of, especially as Black women protecting each other. I definitely see a lot of Hispanic women, Asian women, Caucasian women. If they were being yelled at by somebody, doesn't matter who it is, they step in. They don't care about the repercussions or anything like that. They always step in and they just, I don't know, they step in and they protect theirs. Us as women, Black women, we seem to have that problem. And I'm not even going to say it's the older generation, the younger generation. It's just in general, it is just a lot of Black women who just do not support each other. They don't protect each other. Unless you're like a close family or a friend of some sort. So, oh damn, somebody else got a show going on and I can't even attend it yet right now. What sucks. So, he always has good shows. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, again, I don't really see too many Black women protecting each other, coming to each other's defense, any of that, especially in situations to where you don't even know this woman. Now, luckily for me, I don't really come in contact with, and I'm not even gonna say luckily for me, because there's a lot of times where I truly wish that I came in contact and I was around these people when things like this happen. I'm sorry, I'm getting a notification. Definitely looks like there's a good show. Today's segment is entitled Prison Wives or Prison Life If You're Scared. And that's with the Loud Corner. So check out that podcast. Real good podcast. He's definitely he definitely has some good shit. That's the Loud Corner. Look it up on Facebook. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not in a lot of these places at times where things happen that I really wish I was, because just because I don't know you, or you may not be the type of person I would be around, doesn't mean I wouldn't protect you. Um, there's so many situations that black women come across to where they need the protection from somebody. I mean, yes, to me, we're the strongest beings or creatures or whatever you want to call us. We're the strongest on the planet. So we withstand a lot, but we don't really have anybody to protect us. We don't have a lot of times we don't have family. We don't have our own black men. Nine times out of 10 who don't protect us, and that bothers me a lot. But I won't speak on the black men who are not protecting the black women. I'm just going to speak on the black women not protecting each other, because in the end we are all the same. There's no unity. There's no womanhood or black womanhood. I don't, there's so many ways you can put it, but we really need to start protecting each other. Like I said, just because we don't know each other, we come from different areas, we don't protect each other at all. And it's really fucked up that we will literally just stare at another sister while she's going through whatever she's going through, and probably, I don't know what what the women are thinking, but maybe it's, oh, I'm glad it ain't me, or something like that. And that's just not how it should be. Do you guys know how much further we would be if we were protecting each other? Because we not only do we have other races coming at us, we have I don't even know what they're called. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but again, I don't know what to call these other people. But we get degraded by men and women, and again, there's nobody there to protect us. So why don't we start protecting each other? What's so hard about protecting each other? We would thrive more, and we would have more support and more love and more care if we were protecting each other. We are the only race who just can't get it together. We are the supreme beings, and we can't get it together. So how do we fix it? How? The only way we can fix that is by taking care of each other. A lot of us, I'm not gonna say a lot of us, a lot of women do envy each other. A lot of black women envy each other. But there's still no need for that. Like, we really, really, really gotta do better. Um, which will lead me into the next thing. I know you guys heard. I'm not even gonna put a lot of names out there, but I will say thank you to Jess Hilarious for standing up for women in general. And now I'm not speaking of just black women. I'm speaking of women in general, biological women. Women who were born women. There's a video going around, and this is not the first time, because I've been seeing it so often in the past probably 4 or 5 years of transgender women. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but men who transition into women. So I'm gonna put it like that because I don't really know the correct term to call, a man who has transitioned into a woman. I don't truly know what that's called. It could, like I said, transgender woman, or I don't know if they would call that a transgender man. So, of course, I am confused on it, but um, I don't say too much because I know how they can be very sensitive. So lately, like I said, the past maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, I've been seeing a whole lot of men who have transitioned into women, um, still have this huge hatred towards women who are born biologically born women. Um, I don't know why we seem to be hated so much. I grew up around a lot of trans men who transitioned into women, or men who even dressed as women, who carried themselves as women. Never, never have I seen or heard the things that the men that transition into women now these days. I have never ever seen this type of behavior. Um, normally they would embrace us biological women, and we embrace them. But nowadays, these new people, I don't know. The generation now where the men are transitioning from man to woman, they tend to be very nasty, very rude, hateful towards women, and I don't understand at all. How can you attack a woman but you're trying to be a woman? Like, I just don't understand. Um, I do have a clip that I will go ahead and show you guys if you have not seen the video.
For cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay? You don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience.
So, I didn't want to play the whole thing, but um, it's insane. Like, it's truly insane for a man who has or whatever the case may be, who is transitioning from man to woman, to attack women who were born women. What is your motive for attacking? And I call it an attack. A lot of people don't call it an attack. They say that they're speaking their mind, whatever the case may be. But I don't see it like that. I see it as a whole attack against women, natural born women. And how can you, I mean, honestly, how can you, degrade and be hateful towards something, a whole of something that you're trying to be? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. For you to say that women, biological women, and I see that they got a new term, CIS. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't really care what the fuck that means. They always making up new shit, but I'm going to use the term biological women, women who are born women. What in your right mind gives you the right to say that women who were born women don't control their periods? I'm trying to understand, and we don't own womanhood. I mean, everything about a real woman is womanhood. Everything. We can't help it that we got periods. Half of us don't even fucking want periods. So why would you sit there and say that we don't own them when it's something that we can't get rid of? This is something that we were born with. We bleed out of our cookies, unfortunately. So we have to own this shit because we have to go through it. What sense are you fucking making? None. So my thing is, it's so ignorant that these men who are transitioning into women can even attack another woman. If anything, you should be asking for advice on how to be a woman, because you weren't born a fucking woman. You just wasn't born a woman. And there's nothing that you can do or anything that you can say to make me specifically feel less of a woman because of the things that I go through naturally as a woman. There's absolutely nothing you can say or do to make me feel any lower than, or take me down on the high pedestal that I am already on as a woman. If anything, I would love to show things, things that we go through, but I can't sit there and be cool with a lot of men who are wanting to be women, and you still don't know how to fucking treat a woman. So who's to say that once you're a woman, you're gonna get treated the same way that you're treating us when you was a man and a woman? Who's to say? So, big shout out to Jess Hilarious. Um, I don't down anything she said. I really applaud her for speaking out and taking up for us, because this person was on some bullshit. On some bullshit. You don't even get to have periods. You don't even you never get to experience true womanhood. I don't give a damn if they take your dick off and give you a coochie. You still not gonna experience real womanhood. So speaking for all women, you can't be no real woman. That's just it. It is what it is. And seeing that had just really had my blood fucking boiling, because of the fact that this person had the audacity to say that real fucking women who was born with titties and asses and coochies and shit don't own the fucking period or own womanhood. You're full of shit. You full of shit. You couldn't handle a fucking period. Nor could you endure the things that women really truly go through. So I thumbs down that whole fucking thing, because that person was full of shit. And I would never give you the benefit of the doubt. I would never, ever, 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 ever take you serious as a woman. Never take you serious as a woman. And if there's any other men who transition into women who think the same way this person does, I will never respect you or see you as a woman either. There are plenty of men who have transitioned into women who I definitely can see them as a woman, but those like you, this new age shit, no, 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 no. You all are not women. You're wannabes. And I stand firm on what the fuck I say. I stand firm on what the fuck I say. So, on that note, again, if you was born with titties and a coochie, you're a woman. You was born without it, and you're not. If you wasn't born to have fucking periods, you're not a fucking woman. If you don't go through the shit that women go through on a daily fucking basis, you're not a woman. Whether you get new titties and a coochie and take the dick off, you're still not a woman. So you can't be respected in my book. That's just totally fucking wrong. That's on some other shit, and the shit just really ticked me the fuck out, because I ain't never heard nobody say that no fucking women who are born women don't fucking own periods and womanhood. Who the fuck does? If it's not the women, who? So, regardless of what the fuck I said, like I said, I stand firm on how I feel. I love all the men who have transitioned to women that I do know that, are fucking being women, but not sitting there degrading women, not sitting there being hateful towards biologically born women. I don't fucking understand. So all of this shit, all of this new trans type of shit, you guys can keep that because you're gonna fuck it up for the people. You're gonna fuck it up for everybody else. Definitely fuck it up for everybody else. So let us women who really most time don't want the fucking periods and shit. Let us be us. Don't try to take shit away from us. Don't. We don't do that to men. Don't do that to us. And I'm not even speaking on the females who are studs or butches that want to be men. That's some totally different shit. But as a man transitioning into a woman who's going to tell a woman that she's not a fucking woman is beyond me. You got a lot of fucking nerves. The audacity of you to even say some shit like that. Oh, you was born with a coochie and you get to have periods and shit, but you don't own it. The fuck out of here. So I'm gonna leave it off on that shit. This shit just pissed me off all over again. But I really had to get that off my chest. I've done it earlier in the week, but I had so much more to say that was more than three minutes long. So for those trans men or whatever you're called, men who transition into women, you'll never be a real woman. You'll never really experience womanhood. I don't give a fuck about the men who start getting pregnant and shit. All that shit is some scientific bullshit that was never natural. So you're also thrown out the window. You still won't be able to truly experience what we go through. And I stand firm on that shit. I'm gonna move on to the next thing because these men turning into women just really be pissing me the fuck off. And like I said, I don't know if they're trans men or trans women, but you be really pissing me the fuck off. So, next thing. Why am I hearing an echo? Okay. Next thing, and I'm still hearing myself. What the hell? That's protecting our youth. I came across a video that I really I enjoyed watching. I really wish I could have seen more of it. It was, and I'm sure everybody else has seen it. It was a video with a young man attempting to rob somebody, so breaking their house. And he had a gun as well as the owner had a gun. And the owner was able to get to him and talk to him. And hopefully they got things scored out. But it turns out that the young man was going through some things at home. He was having some issues and, he was just having a hard time with things, which is what led him to do, commit the act that he was trying to commit, the crime. And it was very fortunate for the man to not actually just shoot him, but just to fucking sit down and talk to him. And I hope they had a very, very, very long conversation. I hope that he was able to help this young man either, find work or possibly figure out how to deal with the things that he's going through. So basically, we need more of that. These kids are so misguided these days. It's fucking horrible. These kids are out here running wild. I know the parents don't really care too much, but These kids are fucking running around. They don't want direction because they see their parents or the other older people that they're around who are doing the exact same shit or who are not on the right path. But there are plenty of us out there that are on the right path. We do have the same mind of things, and we just sitting here looking at these young kids go through all this shit. They're ruining their lives before their lives even start. That is getting on my nerves. But
Mom.
I'll just keep hearing no fucking echo.
Mom, I
don't even want to talk because I keep hearing myself.
Mama.
But there's a lot of us out here. Hey, there's a lot of us out here that do care about these kids, and we want them to do better, even if they don't want to do better for themselves. We got to start stepping in. I hear everybody always say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I don't really see nobody actually talking to these kids. I don't see anybody, being that ear that they can, have, or, just any of that. Nobody's giving them directions. They're just saying the shit, but not really doing shit. And it really does suck. Even if the kid just wants to talk, it doesn't matter what the fuck they're talking about. They need somebody, and they don't have anybody. And a lot of these adults these days apparently just don't have time. They don't have patience. Nor do they even really think like, hey, maybe there is something wrong with this kid. And for me, I just know that kids go through so much because I was a fucking teenager myself. And I'm pretty sure all of us went through some shit. And none of us probably had the right person to talk to. But if we're sitting here looking at these kids and sitting here talking about these kids, they ain't got no direction and woo, woo, woo. Okay, so if they don't have direction, then give them some. Don't sit there and talk about them. Give them some damn direction. Give them an ear. Something, time. Things that they don't get. The littlest things can help one of these teenagers or kids go. This shit can go a long way. A long way. For me, I don't care whose kid you are. If I see you, if I even feel, I'm sure I know I can feel it, but I see and feel these kids going through things. And a lot of times I will say something because I can see, I don't know, to see it. I see it. And everybody, needs to start paying attention and caring for each other. Because when we fucking gone, these kids is going to be the ones next in line running shit. And if you want them to run shit the way they're running shit now, as adults, we are fucked. They used to say kids are the future, but now they pushing. It seems like they're pushing kids to the future way ahead of time, so that they're not learning anything. They're not experiencing the right things. They're making all these decisions that can really just fuck up a whole generation. Hell, their kids might be fucked up because again, they didn't have no direction. They didn't have anybody. So us as the adults, or the older people, it used to be the grandparents who were stepping in all the time. But shit, now these days the grandparents is out here twerking and busting it wide open all the time. So you can't trust them neither. You gonna look at that like, oh, grandma be out here wilding out and shit. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go ask her, for no advice, because she gonna tell me to do this, woo, 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 and it'll confuse these young people. The parents, they wild too. So there's other people out here like me and you who got the common sense, who got the patience, who has the time to sit and talk to these kids. You don't have to know them. You ain't never have to see them in your life. No, none of that. Just, you see it, just reach out. Give them your number. Give them your Snap. I don't know. Give them your IG, your Facebook, whatever. Communicate with them. You don't fucking have to know them. You don't have to be around them all the time. Communicate. That is it. Act. I mean, I'm not gonna say act like you care, because if you were gonna communicate with it in the beginning, then you would have had to have some kind of level of care. It's not that hard. It's so sad to see how these kids in the direction that they're going these days. It fucking sucks. It's horrible. So instead of beating the kids down or talking shit to them or talking about them, why don't you somehow figure out a way to lift them up so that they can be better than you are? Or at least up on your level. Because if not, these kids is going to be fucked. We're going to be fucked. Their kids are going to be fucked. Somehow, I think we flipped somehow back in time somehow, where we had grandmothers who were 35 years old, 37 years old, 31. Because their kid had a kid at 13, 14, sometimes 12. So we got to understand, like me, I'm 35, and I have, the oldest is 16, 15, 16 shit. And I know the shit that I went through, and I definitely don't want them to grow up like that or go through those type of things. So I always try to teach them better and really give them the opportunity to understand that they have options. The opportunity to know that there's a lot that they can do in life. They don't have to be like how I was when I was younger. I'm really glad none of my kids have ever been arrested as of yet. Don't follow in my footsteps, especially at that age. Don't. I tell them all the time, it ain't a fucking game. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to juvie. You don't want to do none of that. It's not a fucking game. And these days, life is so much worse than what it was. You would think back in the early 90s, when the crack epidemic was popping off, the shit was bad then. Oh no, it's really bad. We ain't on a crack level no more. We on fentanyl and shit. We on some other shit. So if we don't stop these kids, we all fucked. We all fucked. All you gotta do is step in and say something. All you gotta step in and do is step in and do something. I don't give a damn if you got a shit. I ain't saying have a damn prayer circle, but something will help. Something will help.
I don't know
These
what
kids
to
out here
comment.
growing wild.
Oh, what I kind of got in on the last part. What did I miss? So I know who to blame. So I know if I'm blaming the right woman for all of this terribleness.
I've already gone through, like I said, so I'm gonna put it like this so I don't get it wrong. Men who transition into women who still hate women, and then what was the other thing? Black women looking out for each other. You heard about the transgender? Okay, the man turned woman, the trans man. I don't know what they're called. The man who was a man is now a woman, or going into that direction to be a woman. Was going on talking about how real biologically born women don't own periods and women.
Is that right?
So I'm trying to figure out what gives a man who had a dick that never had a period the right to tell women that they don't own womanhood or periods when you've never had either one or experienced either one.
Hmm.
Something about these people.
I have no comment on that.
I don't know.
That's pretty gay.
What a man who is now or going to be a woman to tell women that they don't own their shit,
Yeah, that's pretty.
even though they're
They're
trying
trying
to
to be.
buy what we are.
Yeah, I think trans people. See, I don't even want to
You
say
trying
it
to
because
buy
I
what
don't.
we already got.
I'm not. I don't want to get canceled, so I don't want to say it. But I'm gonna say it anyway. I think trans people should go to jail.
The trans people can't cancel you.
I think they should go to prison
If anything,
for
they're gonna say you
for falsely. Um. Yeah, for falsely like impersonating a sex that they're not. Yeah, they need to go to jail. They need to go to jail and fry.
they need to
Like
do
they're
something because this shit ain't right.
no jail, jail. They need to go to jail for impersonating something that they're
I
not.
highly take offense to men telling a woman that they not a woman.
You know, because you got all these brothers walking around telling, "Hey, we feel like girls inside," and then they sit and they just, I'm cool. I'm cool. Like only in America
Like I said, I
where
don't have a problem with men going to be women.
only in America where that's accepted. Like only in America where that's a thing. Where a whole bunch of men can walk down the street and say, "Hey, we feel like girls inside," and man, I don't even, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore.
Take, they taking this shit to another level,
Mm-mm-mm.
another 10 level shit.
That's the Uncle Cliff shit.
Oh man, dude, please don't.
Uh, no,
Mm-mm-mm.
no.
I don't even know what's real anymore, man.
I don't know. They just need to. They need to get.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
definitely not their asses. They're not real women.
I mean,
That's for them. So I know that's for
I
them. So
think they should all, I think they should all be picked up and put on a desert island, and then like they can make they could that could be Transylvania, and they make their own country out of that island and just leave us the fuck alone. Just so that way we don't have to worry. They can trick each
what all
other.
the trans men.
You put them all in a peninsula somewhere, and you just give them some boards and nails and hammers and say, "Hey, get to work, niggas." And, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's
Okay,
wrong for trans people to live in America. But I might get
it
canceled for
is.
saying that.
No, you won't
Okay.
get canceled. You're just speaking your opinion, but then again, you might.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never experienced the situation, but I feel bad for a lot of people who go out to these 39 and up clubs and they dancing on some green head chick, and then they find out it's a man named Martin. And when the lights come on, I feel bad for that individual because they was spending all their time having a good time with Paul or whatever the fuck his name is, and then when the lights come on, they see the knuckles and the mustache and the stubble beard and shit, and now they in a mood to kill somebody because they done spent all their drinks on it. I feel bad for those men right there because they didn't deserve that. They just wanted some vagina. They didn't want no penis vagina. I don't know.
They
I
weren't
don't
getting
know.
that.
I don't know what to call it. Penis gina, vapenis. I don't know what to call it. I don't.
Well, they say the gay people call it man pussy, so I don't know.
A mangina. Okay, we'll call it that. A mangina. Like I think it's wrong. I you know what? I'm gonna just be
They
quiet
want
to
pussy
the next topic.
and shit.
But it's all women's fault. Why
They want
dudes?
clitoris.
I'm man. It's not fair. I blame women for dudes
Yes,
wanting to even be that. I blame women for dudes wanting to even be that.
So what do you call? No, what I ain't gonna say that.
No, go on and say it. Cause go on and say it.
No, because you just said
How the
I
fuck you
blame
blame
you.
women
You
though?
All
did.
right.
That's why I was
Yep.
about
Here we
to say
go.
that.
All right.
But he
I'm
said
about.
he blamed.
What
Hold
the
on,
fuck
hold on.
did
He
we
said he blamed women. But what do you call? What do you call the women that want to act like men? You blame
I
women for that?
mean, some of them are still sexy, but I mean, I guess
Yeah, you blame.
we'll get it. We'll get to that later. We'll get to the win part. We'll get to that part of it. But yeah, I blame women for dudes wanting to be that way because,
like
like,
men who are firm women?
all right, I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna say why because some of these motherfuckers that came up and shit, they was around. You know what I'm saying? Big Mama and Uncle Pete and all of these niggas and shit. And and motherfuckers would be saying, yo, mama, or whoever the fuck, Uncle Pete was touching me and shit. She'd be like, boy, get the fuck out of my face, go to the store, give me these cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like the women who these young boys had turned to because they couldn't go to these men because they were too busy trying to get their freak on with them. Y'all just blew it off and asked them to go get some cigarettes and shit. And then they was like, all right, well, you ain't listening. This must be regular. So I'm gonna turn it instead of turning into be Peter, I'm gonna be Pauline or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you women need to listen when we come to y'all, or else you end up having a fucking it. I'll give you an example. There's this movie out. I think you've seen it already, Bin Laden. It's called Secret Society. Now this movie is pretty much based off of chicks with dicks. We're just gonna go off of there. Yeah. Now, this boy was a little boy, and I don't think he should have felt this way, but he went up to his mama, Vivica A. Fox, and said, Mama, I feel like a girl. I want to wear dresses and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, boy, get the fuck out of my face, man. Man, you the reason your daddy left. You the reason daddy, because man, fuck out of here. And then the motherfucker turned to a fucking trans woman, fucking tricking all the niggas in Atlanta and Philly to make them think that they a woman, and then come to find out they got a PP. And yeah, like it's you women's fault. It's you women's fault. You need to listen more. You need to listen more when something's wrong. When we telling you that Uncle Peter is up here acting freaky after he drink this Colt 45, you need to listen because some of that could have prevented some of this. But you know, who am I? I'm just tagged up Samuels.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But for those that did not happen to, what's the excuse?
I still blame
You
women
can't blame her for
because
that.
yes I can. Yes I can. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because all it takes is for a little reproducting to change something like that's mind. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too busy turning down these brothers and then they get tired of getting turned down and they'll want to be a female so they can turn down niggas. Like all y'all had to do was say yes on the first try round. They get you know what I'm saying? And
What the
that
hell?
that actually prevents a whole lot of transgender people from existing. If y'all would just,
What the
go with
hell?
the yeah, I said it. If y'all just go with the flow the first time. You know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas got tired of being rejected by you females and said, okay, I'm gonna be a female so I can reject niggas.
I
You
don't
know
think.
that man, shut up.
I don't think that.
Man,
You
shut
full
up.
of
Man,
shit.
shut up.
You full of shit.
Man, shut up. It makes perfect sense.
Every word was full of shit.
Niggas
You
was
was
just in the
telling one
closet.
shit turd on
Them
top
niggas
of
was
another,
just,
but every word.
them niggas was just in the closet.
Man, they wasn't in the man. Here's the thing: they wouldn't have got
Somebody
put in that closet
got
if they wouldn't have got put in that closet. If Mama was listening when they were saying Uncle Pete was putting him in the closet doing stuff to him, you know what I'm saying? That right there, that could that happens. That's very possible. Women need to listen when these children or other people are telling them something.
You right.
No different from if a grown man says to a woman, "Hey, I'm interested in you," blah blah blah, and the female say, "Oh, get up out here, old corny ass nigga, hi." And then now the man wants to turn into a woman and reject dudes they self and shit like that because you know they got like, yeah, that's possible too. That's very
I
possible.
highly
Why?
doubt. I highly doubt that has anything with to do. I do have one theory, even though I'm not a man. I have one theory that I believe when it comes to. I'm not even gonna say about the younger people, but these older men, well established as grown men who got kids or been fucking women since they first started fucking. Uh, I think it's a sexual thing. Um, most of the time, I ain't gonna give a percentage, but most of the time I think it's a sexual thing when it comes to men when they start liking other men because the booty hole is the tightest hole, which is gonna have
Man,
the
I ain't
best
trying.
grip, and
Man,
I think that they like.
oh my
So your
goodness, man.
theory, it ain't working for me, but what I'm thinking
Your
is,
theory ain't working for me. Your theory ain't working for me. Your theory ain't working for me. That sounds a little too freaky. That's a little.
That's
like I
that
said,
black
I'm not a
and
man,
honey
but
shit.
I feel like that because I wasn't trying to make it like that. I'm just saying because I don't understand. It's either be gay or be a woman.
But that could all be prevented if the woman just, tooted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So the man won't turn gay or into a woman. Like,
Uh, that's
that's,
foolish. That sounds
that's
like a
all.
bunch of excuses.
That's all I'm saying. If there was more women out here that was more accepting of these men,
You
then there
can't
would be less men.
you can't just say that.
God damn it! All right,
Accepting
go
of these
ahead.
men.
No, I mean like except like if a man try to shoot they shot, they like, oh, okay, cool. Let's
Somebody
go
is beating.
to hold up.
Somebody out here beating too hard. It's just really.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean by that is that like they try to talk to you and stuff. You instead of saying, "Hey, look at his shoes," or trying to make him try to embarrass him, which will probably make him go down that road. Take time out to
I thought that's why they don't like stuff or
I
Asians
can't hear
and
you.
stuff like that. Speak. I thought
Say
that's
that
why
again.
they go to a different race.
But we shouldn't have to go to a different race.
No. I mean,
You
yeah,
don't gotta go. You don't gotta go.
most men do go to different races. Most men, like most black men, will go to a white woman because a white woman bow down to a black man,
I
regardless.
wouldn't say bow down because that's a little
Let's say that.
that's a little too much little slavery tips. But I will say that more submissive than a black woman would be.
Yeah.
A black woman is not submissive at all. They want to run the relationship. To opposed to, I guess, a white woman would say,
Well,
"Okay,
and that's because black women are
huh?
bossy.
Naturally, what?
White women want to be like black women,
Wait, what? Black women are naturally
bossy like
what?
that.
But that's. Did you just say bosses like that?
Naturally, no,
Natural,
bossy,
natural. Oh, I thought you
bossy.
said.
They're used to controlling everything.
Oh, I thought you said natural bosses. I'm sorry. I was about to. I was about to say I call bull
I mean, you
shit.
can put it that way if you want to.
No, we don't want to
No,
because
you can
that
put
would
it
be
that way. I mean,
bullshit.
because
Because that
women
would
are
be bullshit. That would
naturally
be bull.
they're black women. specific.
That would be bullshit, though.
They are God-given bosses
That
running
is
shit.
that is
Used to
bullshit.
controlling things. They used.
That is bullshit.
What do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think these white women went to for knowledge? And these white women went to nourish their babies and shit like that. They went to black women because they got all the shit. Now, do they know how to use it all the time? No. But black women got the shit because we was feeding everybody's babies. We was feeding all these motherfuckers. Everybody
I'm away
had a black titty in their mouth at one point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that
Everybody.
was it. So natural bosses. So just because a black woman was passing her titty to the whole community, that makes her a boss.
Goddamn right. She
That no, that makes no
she
no,
ran
it
them all.
doesn't.
She
That
won
makes
them
her
all.
run. That makes her ran through. That makes her titties
First of
dry.
all, they
If she giving her titty milk out to the whole
no.
community, they drunk her dry. She ain't got much to go off on after that. That's not bossy. That's used up.
The more nah, that ain't how it works.
That's exactly
That's not
how
how
it
it works.
works. They will use that black woman up till she's dried up, and then go get another black woman to
No,
replace her until
no.
she's dried up, and so on and so
She'll
forth.
raise a whole village. That's what it is. Okay, so one milk gonna dry up. These milk gonna dry up. You got enough to supply the whole He done probably had teeth before he just thought it was his own saliva.
Oh, shit, let me put these back on. Okay, say that one more time. Say it once. I need to see. I need to get that weed. This in me town. Okay. Okay.
The milk is like a river; it never runs dry.
Man, no, that I call bullshit. Because if that was the case, and it doesn't run dry,
I get
then
it.
okay.
All it takes is a little sucking to get it.
And then after that milk is it, and after the village is drunk her dry, they gonna kick old Betsy to the curb and go get old Bernice, and she gonna be the next one in line to feed the fuck me.
That's why she said I never run dry.
That's because you get that doesn't make them bosses. That makes them employees.
No,
that makes them employees.
Not bosses like that, but
Oh,
no, they grow the community. They fucking feed it. They run it. They do a lot of shit.
is that right?
Yet men may work in the community, but women still the man can't function without her.
I mean, it's not that
Now,
hard to
I'm
cook. It
not
wasn't
saying
that
these
hard.
days, but
I mean, it wasn't that hard to cook grits back in the day. I mean, that's all she really had to do was cook grits and make sure that it wasn't that much. It wasn't that hard to take care of. Like, yeah, ask a woman nowadays to cook grits. She gonna look at you like you done stole something.
or say what the fuck is grits?
Yeah, or say what is grits. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that much. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that much to cook grits and teach your kids to read all of 10 letters.
I don't want to cook no
Yeah,
more.
women don't know how to cook nowadays. No way. So
Put them motherfuckers in the microwave.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because now I gotta ask this question to Miss Mimi from Me Town and shit. What is it? Why don't women want to cook anymore? Because if you go down on the YouTube scrolls or the reels, you see it's mainly men cooking their dishes. Where did it? Where did it? Where did we go to now? Women prefer not to cook anymore, And usually when women choose not to cook, they just go to fast food or they rely on their man to do it. Why is that?
I don't think that's accurate because there are too many women that love to cook as a passion, just as well as there's as many men. Me now, men,
What the
that's
heck
the
is that?
question.
What is that?
Why is there up?
Is that Chucky behind you? I keep seeing this goddamn dog behind you pop up. I swear to God, or am I high right now? I swear to God, I thought I was tripping.
The little black dog.
Yeah.
That's a little black dog behind you, and they keep popping up.
Then that means she's moving around by herself because I'm not touching it.
That motherfucker just floating and shit. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways. Where did that come?
Yeah, now so it might be moving and I'm not noticing it.
I don't know how
The
you
dog
looking
was
at
in the
this.
corner posted. So if she moving her arm,
Man, that shit's weird. That shit is weird.
It could do it when you move.
you're moving.
Because when you move, she move.
Okay, but I'm
Man,
not moving now.
Yeah, and it's not moving.
man, you just got $100 around there. Just gonna call it how it is. So yeah, back to that. Why don't women want to cook anymore?
Because these bitches is lazy.
Okay, that's actually the answer I was looking for.
That and they can't cook.
They care more about
Well, okay,
everything else, but
Most of these women cook.
that house type shit.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I would
That's
say
good.
the can't cook part. Yeah, I can see that because what happened to the old fashioned
Don't know how to
cookbooks?
pour water.
Y'all can eat. So,
And
because I know everybody can't fucking cook.
I wonder to
Can be
myself
diseased.
and I wonder to myself sometimes if women are have such boss like mentality, and that means some can, some can't. Why don't y'all all just come together and teach each other how to read a cookbook? So, like, I mean, it feels like that we're not gonna be able to be of assistance of anything. You know, it's always all my single ladies or all my taken ladies. You know, so y'all come together, and why don't y'all just show each other how to do it?
That's
Yeah,
a good
I mean,
idea.
right
They'd rather
when
go
y'all
to a cooking class.
when y'all going out to y'all
Yeah.
brunches, when y'all go when women go out on their brunches and they drinking that nasty ass wine and eating their crackers and shit like that, you know, like instead of just drinking wine, they eating crackers.
Could
Let's
could you stay in the house with a bunch of niggas and put
No,
your
first of all, you stop right there. You can stop right there.
wait,
No, I
wait, wait,
can't.
wait, 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 wait.
Oh.
Could you stay in the house and put your money in a pot in a big ass mansion with a bunch of other niggas and be happy and content on how you stay and live?
We all we in a mansion.
Yeah, everybody put their money in the pot. Y'all can all afford this big motherfucker from
I
utility.
mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. That would work more for men than it would for women. That actually was tested. So yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I'd be fine. Huh?
It depends on what it depends on what women, what type of
Uh,
women.
no, just women.
Because
Period.
I
No,
think
just
women
women.
can cook.
Period.
I think there's some.
There was
Nah,
there
I
was
can't. I
there was
can't
a
agree with that.
show. There was a show called Survivor or something like that where they had the men and the women in a desert island, like in a deserted island. You know what I'm saying? Gave them basic tools of survival. Tell you what happened. The men, by the end of the first episode, they was halfway through. They was about to build their own forts and everything. By the end of the first episode, the women they was lost. They was scared. Some of them got injured. By the end of the whole season, the motherfucking men done made a whole fucking townhouse and all that shit. They done built a fucking city. and the women was still in the first fucking place where they was started at, in the fucking water and shit, up there looking like lost, scared,
What
no
these women
cell
look
phone.
like?
What did they look like? They were multicultural.
Yeah. No. What these women look like?
I mean, like, what do you want me? You want me to describe like how, like, what race they were or something?
Yep.
Oh, they were black, white, Latin,
Who was
Asian.
the majority?
Oh, you already know the answer to that. You already know the answer to that. I'm sorry, black women.
Because if the majority of it was black, bitch, we about to do this. Bitch, you climb up there, do
Uh,
but you
that
can't
was
talk to everybody.
that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. There was majority black.
I
They were
bet.
fighting. They fought each other, injured themselves, got lost. Their batteries died on their flashlights, so they pretty much was just
I
lost
need to watch
code and
this
scared. Yeah, check it out.
because
It was lost
this
code
sounds like some.
and the fucked up
And
thing
here's
is
another thing. That was on
what
TV. I don't trust shit on TV. That was
it was
all a
funny
script.
because the men that were black, white, Asian, Latin, that they made it to the other side of the fucking island, built a fucking house and a fireplace.
What do, Mimi, and that shit ain't nothing but a script. When you go to these talk shows, they want you to talk bad on each other and be to get it's all a
It's a
plain
script.
script. Like they actually want y'all down talking motherfucker and do all that shit in the whole 9 yards just to make it look good on TV. To make they shit go up. They views and shit go up. That's why they want you to do it.
That shit is so
So
fake.
you go to Maury or Jerry Springer or whoever, that's what they want you to do.
Any of these little
Man, middle finger to
island
Jerry
shows.
Springer. Middle finger to Jerry Springer. I'm sorry. I just want to
Nah,
say that.
middle finger, two motherfucking middle fingers to Kevin Samuels bitch ass.
How
Worse than
come?
hell.
What did he do? What did he do to you besides tell you the
He was born.
truth? What did he do to you besides
He
tell
was
you the
born.
truth? He was what?
He was born and then I heard he was
He
born and
was
then I
born.
heard his
So
voice.
he was born. So let me get this straight. Kevin Samuels would have been more excited if he would have rung a bell and had two ratchet bitches fighting over a nigga. Because
No,
that's what
he
Jerry
would have been.
Springer
It would have
did.
been better. It would have been better if he
That's
would have just shut the fuck up.
or would it have been better if he would have had a man and a trainee on there, and the man didn't know that was a trainee till the trainee said it was a trainee, and all hell breaks. Look, you want drama. That's what Jerry Springer was. He was drama. Kevin Samuels was
No.
about
Jerry was not drama.
solutions. He was about solutions.
Jerry
Every
was
time
about solutions.
every time you get on the
You
Jerry
don't have
Springer
to
show,
yell.
every time you could watch the Jerry Springer show, somebody getting naked, somebody getting Jerry Breeze, somebody getting a cake thrown in their face, and somebody's getting exposed for being a man. When you go to Kevin Samuels, you have people actually asking for advice to how to better themselves for not only
See,
them
you're
but
not
for the better.
understanding.
Go ahead.
You don't understand. You're not understanding. When Jerry did that, one, he saved a lot of people money. One, on jail, on bonding out of jail. Two, he saved a lot of people from literally getting murdered. A lot of domestic violence disputes. He really stepped in on that. He also stepped in on when it came to people who were gay or come out to be transgender.
Uh-huh.
He really solved that. He let it come out. It came
Uh-huh.
out. He really did them a
Uh-huh.
big favor.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them,
And
everybody.
and in return, you get to see somebody's great grandma showing their titties on Jerry Springer for some damn beads. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I understand that
Yeah.
clearly. Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense.
You take a stressful situation. You take a very stressful situation, and you get the truth out there.
It is just based on.
And
That's
then
all.
then
He
you
does
just
that for entertain. He does
you
that.
put that relaxing part in.
That's not relaxing when
The
somebody
relaxing
says.
part in.
There's nothing relaxing about somebody saying, "Well, Jerry, I
It
just
is
want to
too.
bring." So let me. So
I
what?
came from
You know what?
Nigeria.
How about this? How about this? Hey,
What?
you're a
Yeah.
man. You're a man, right? You're a man, right? Let me ask you something. Hey, I want to ask, just be straight up. I want you to tell me what's positive about a man being brought on national television to be told that he has been fooled for some period of time by this person who they presume to be a woman, but all of the time it was a man. Let's think about
Gotta
that
be
person for a second. Let's think about that person for a second who was dragged up on Jerry Springer to be told
no,
by.
he wasn't dragged. He wasn't dragged. You can't go. You can't go there. You can't go without your own consent. So he
Okay,
agreed to the shit.
okay, he agreed to it, but did he know that that was a man while he was agreeing?
He
Chances
agreed
are
that
he
something
didn't.
was gonna pop out.
Chances are he
He agreed
didn't.
that something was gonna, he agreed that something was happening. So
Did
he
he
took
did
that
he
chance.
did he know that it was going to be a I'm a man situation?
Shit, probably not.
Probably.
It
You
probably
see,
ran. I guarantee it ran through all of their minds though.
because
It was
I
always an
highly
option.
doubt. Because I don't see where the solution is. I feel bad for the man that sat there and had to hear on national television in front of a whole live studio audience, because that's what he had, a live studio audience, and sat there in front of all of them, and it just got told by Fred or Francesca or whatever the fuck their name is now that they used to be a man, and now this person who I guess that they loved and all that. I'm looking from the man's perspective. Like, damn, I've been played. You could have just told me at the house I got played. Nah, you want to bring me on national TV. Not only embarrass me, but you a man too, I guess. So now two men are embarrassed because one of them wants to be a woman and fool the other one. But Jerry Springer promoted that because he loved watching he loved watching niggas. He loved watching niggas act a damn fool. He loved watching little black midgets come up out of nowhere out of a birthday cake and fucking swing on a strip pole or some shit like that. He loves when people bring their great grandma to Jerry Springer and she get her her saggy ass titties all over the goddamn show. Yeah, that's the. But when we get somebody like Kevin Samuels who wants to empower our community, who tells women like, hey, if you want the man that you want to get, then you're gonna have to do certain things. Then we bash this man. We call him gay because people were calling him gay too. They called him. They bashed him just because he told a woman that she was average at best. And here's where I ask this question: when did average become so bad? When did average become bad? Like, if you're an average man, what's wrong with being with an average woman? If you're an average woman, why not? What's wrong with accepting an average man?
That's a good.
That died out in like 2009
And
or
a,
something
and a
like
lot
that.
of and a lot of women don't realize that once they hit past 30, they're no longer a 10. There are no 10s over the age of 30.
You were 30 live.
There are no 10s over the age of 30. For every Ooh, I'm about to say it. I'm about to say it.
You were
For
whole 30
every
live.
child that a woman has, they drop 2 points.
Every nut, every little sperm that makes it to an egg, that man automatically drops 10 brain cells. Too many of them.
This nigga ain't got no sense.
Whether the child survives or not.
But no, think about it. For every child that a woman has, you drop 2 points. So let's say that every woman considers themselves a 10. We'll say this. Okay, well, I got 2 kids. What does that mean? That means you're 6. It means you're 6. That goes to your actual number. And some of these females out here is on the negative 98s. We just gonna we just we just gonna do that. Some of them are in the negative numbers. I think it's fair for every child that actually is fair because every woman claims to be for every child a woman has, you drop 2 points. So if you got 3, you lose 6 points out of that 10, which makes you a 4.
So
That's
what
not
they
fair because every woman don't claim they a 10.
Okay, well, even with the women being honest and claiming themselves to be a 6 or anything, okay, if you're a 6 and you got 3 kids, then that makes you a 0.
So again, what happens if they ugly and no reason why they got like 3, 4 kids because they got a good looking body? Yeah, yeah.
Say
You
that
sure
again.
know it's a whole lot of money.
Say that
What
again.
happens with the women who got kids that don't look like nobody should have stuck their dick in them, but they did because they got a nice body?
I mean, then I guess you blame that on the men, but still, sex is a woman's
Oh wow!
responsibility. Sex is a woman's responsibility overall.
There you go.
No, it
Okay.
really is. Sex is a woman's responsibility. So even then, it's still on the woman.
Say that to the niggas that take it.
I mean, we'll take what we can get. That's the messed up part about the man speech. We'll take what we can get. But if
I'm
we
talking
can't
about
get
whether
it,
she said yay or nay.
yeah. But if we can't get it, we ain't. Okay. All right. Good night. We not because if
Yeah,
we
well,
go
yeah.
if we do
There's some that
anything,
can't get it, but they take it.
say that again.
There's some that want it and they can't get it, but they take it.
That's called rapists. Yeah, we're not defending those pieces of shit. We're not defending rapists on this show. Those are people who rape.
I didn't specify the type of man. My bad.
Oh Lord. But yeah, that's just the heart. Yeah, but this is why women hated Kevin Samuels. Like they hated him because he was honest. They hated him because he wanted to help black people. They hated him because
He was
he
an
brought
ignorant son of
facts. And there was this one. And I listen to Kevin Samuels I listen to him when I wake
I
up.
bet.
Like
I bet you put that night like ocean sounds and shit.
yes, I do. I actually do. But anyways, like
No,
because I
not
like to listen
comment.
to the honest word. You know what I'm saying? I like to listen to the honest word, and there's nothing wrong
Don't
with it.
ever
There's
read it
no.
out of a book. Burn. As soon as you open that book and start reading them damn words, motherfucker gonna go up in flames.
He's a very motivational person. There's nothing wrong with trying to help black people. There's nothing wrong with trying to help your culture and trying to better and be honest. A lot of us have been sugar coated for almost all our life, where we don't even know what's honest anymore. Where if somebody and it's not just saying women, he gets on the men too. But us men are realistic and we believe in logic, so it doesn't really take as much, or it doesn't take that many episodes to crack it to us, or get it to us. Opposed to you know it, and like I said, there's been times where I will listen to a show and there would be women that just get on there and just say that he'll say, "Hi, how you doing? Tell me, what do you disagree with?" I swear to God, I heard this. "I disagree with you not coming out of the closet. We all know you gay, you fucking fat." I swear, what the fuck? But this is what black women would do when they listen to something that they don't agree or doesn't agree with their mindset.
He full of
How does
shit.
it feel like? Because nowadays, and this is actually and he's actually proven and his point is actually being proven throughout time, because you listen to Pound. There's a chick that made a song called Pound Town. Need I say
Oh
more?
Lord.
Need I say more?
Oh, oh
I think
Lord.
that rests my case right then and there. Who is gonna want to settle down with the woman that always is talking about how she left Pound Town? Who's gonna want to have children with that? But that's being promoted, and it's okay because
Yeah, I was gonna say there is because I was watching a movie on Tubi and he had a chick who was a escort and shit, and she was a dominatrix and all this other shit. And he wanted to marry the fuck out that lady on some real shit. So I don't know. That's invalid. Most men
Uh,
like a woman when they get two dicks.
wait, most men say that one more time.
Most men love a woman who gets many dicks.
Is that true? Is that true, A? You being a
Yes.
man? Are you one of those men?
I'm not one of those men, but it is true. There's men out here that like seeing their wife fuck other men.
Yeah, that's called cucks. And I don't I don't I don't think there's too many black men who are because I don't think there's too many black men who are just willing to be that. I mean, unless they're 70 years old and can't get it up like that. But other than that, like I just don't. I don't see it. Is there such thing as a woman cuck?
Mm-hmm. There's
Hmm.
women out here that like seeing their men get fucked by other women.
Like, hmm. That's funny. That is very funny. That is very funny. That's very funny.
My man's fuck my man while I sit on his face.
The
Instead
fuck? Ew. Oh my
I
goodness.
don't
of
know
like,
nothing about that, but yeah, that's some other shit.
Hmm.
It's actually just talking about like women who are like prostitutes and escorts and shit like that. There are men who love those type of women that would want to marry that type of woman. That's what I meant. I wasn't talking about
Oh,
that
you mean like
weird
turning a
shit.
hoe into? You mean like turning a hoe into a housewife?
Yeah, yeah,
I understand that, and I agree with that. There are a lot of men out here like that, and now that you mention it, I salute those men for trying to take these women and try to make them better. I
yeah.
salute you, man, because all these females with these nasty, itchy, coochie, loochie, all this shit, it's very sad. It's
and so
very.
do you think you can turn? So can do you actually think you can turn a hoe into a housewife?
I think it's possible. I
Depends
think it's
on the hoe.
possible. Yeah, it really depends on the hoe, like right then and there. But it is. I think it's more. I think it's possible.
So
No,
do
I
you?
mean, and here's the thing, and you women can, I have you women to thank for that because Tyler Perry is low key a woman, so he puts in all his movies that you can turn a hoe into a housewife. So, so I think it's possible. I think it's very possible.
So it goes back to you think you turn a hoe into a house husband or to a husband period.
A man is already built to be a husband, so they would need to do that.
He can still be a
What?
hoe.
I think a man is already built to be a husband already, so he can be a hoe. And
I cannot agree with that. I think a man was definitely built to be a hoe before a husband, but
I'm
nah,
not sure why you would say such a thing.
Like, so, Mimi, do you believe a gigolo can be a husband?
yeah, if he meets the right woman,
I think it's possible. I think it's
anything is
possible.
possible.
But men are already made to be husbands, so we're already halfway
They're meant
there.
to be hoes.
We're already halfway there. We're waiting on the woman to get on the train so we can go down to our destination. We've been here. We've been here. We've already been husband material. We've been waiting on y'all to be wife material.
You know what? That sounds like some Kevin Samuel shit. That's why I can't get with
Oh
him.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That sounds like some
Oh my god.
bullshit.
That sounds
That
like
don't
some
even
real shit. That sounds like some
that's some
real
bullshit.
shit. That's
Yeah, well, they were made to be husbands. Well, if that's the case, women were made to be fucking wives. Then, if you want to put it that way,
yes, they
but
actually were
we're
made to
probably
be
not gonna
wives,
go
but
that
they
way.
no, you're you're right. Why women
But
are
not,
meant to
but
are made
nothing,
to no, you're right. Women are made to be wives, but they don't do
but
that.
nothing,
They don't do that. They don't portray
but nothing,
themselves as such.
but
They don't
nothing.
portray themselves as such. Not going to Pound Town.
And
They
that's
don't
what's
portray.
wrong.
That's not white.
That's what's wrong with men. They always trying to cover up for another man oh yeah, we're all the greatest, we're all the greatest. But most of y'all ain't shit anyway. Y'all can't even teach each other to be great, but y'all take up for each other for about we the greatest.
I disagree. I disagree.
I bet you
But,
do.
because us men, like I
As
said,
any man should. Or woman.
we've already been made to be husbands, and we're
I
still
expect you
we're
I expect
waiting.
you
We're waiting on you women to come aboard. And
look,
his
look at that.
say that one more time.
Nigga say we need the women to come aboard.
So I got a question for you,
I just
KC.
repeated what the fuck.
Tagged up Samuels. You got to get my name
I
right.
wanted to say it out loud.
Tagged up Samuel. I got a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think men should have at least two females at once?
If he wants, yes.
No, it ain't that he wants. Do you believe they should have two wives or two ladies?
Yes. 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 Oh, I guess you wanted me to say why, right?
Yeah. Since you said it.
Well, if he is able to take care of both of them, if he's the man, first of all, he's the man, so he should get whatever the hell he desires right then and there. If he's putting in his work, there's the answer no should never come out of a woman's mouth, especially if he's providing for both of them. There should be no reason why a woman can, because once you get to that point, black men aren't cheaters at that point. We're not cheaters at that point. We're just weighing out our options. We're not cheaters, but But if it's like two women in one, if he can take care of them both, then yes, absolutely. I think that once you get to that level, then you should have two women.
What you think, man? Do you think men should have two
Each
women?
his own. If they want to.
Now the problem with that is that they'll.
That's
The only reason why that won't happen is because women are too jealous. They have too much jealousy in their souls, and they can't accept a position that they have been given, and just to play that position, they think that they got to play their position, and that's like Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball and catching it at the same time. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They want to throw the ball and catch it. Me and you the quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
You going hike, and she on the next to you going hike. Well, we can't both hike. Fuck, but that. As long as the reason why that won't happen, which I really think it should, is because the women don't like the position that they're given. They don't like that. Hey, you're Tuesday. Be cool with being Tuesday. You're Tuesday. There's nothing wrong with Tuesday.
Me personally, I feel like men should at least have two women at once in one household. That's me. I say yeah. But the reason why I say it will not work is because women are too jealous of each other.
They're too jealous. They have too much jealousy in their souls.
Just like
I'm fucking retarded.
no, I'm not retarded. That's just my opinion.
I didn't say you was retarded. I said y'all both sound retarded. But okay.
In the back.
Okay.
I didn't call you retarded. I said the sound.
But yeah, I think that never worked. It being vice versa. You never let a woman have two men.
That's a train. That's a train. Let me get that out the way. That is a train. All right, keep going. Keep going.
If a woman wants to have two men in a relationship in one household, I don't believe the two men could do it.
Here's what's fucked up. I actually think that actually the best way that I can see, because it works already. Like the best way that I see that we're two dudes and a woman is living in the same house.
Same thing or this.
I don't know about same bed. They're gonna have to figure that part out. But Like as far as like all them together and shit. Like yeah, one person gets the front, the other one get the back. You know, that's a train, of course, and they live happy like that, stretching her out. But that is more shame to the woman because she's opening herself way
I
more than
haven't
she
seen it like
should.
You say what?
I've been watching this show where there's men and women who do it. The women they seem to have it on lock, having two men or sometimes three men. But they got it out of each man, and for some reason these men are willing to share her. I don't.
You know, and I see where you're going
It,
with
it
this.
it
And
definitely works out.
I see where you're going with this. And you know what? You just proved my point. I want to thank you, Mimi, for proving my point in a weird way. Kind of proved my point. You said the men had no problem with playing their role, right? Right, right.
Yeah, pretty much what you
The
said.
men had no problem playing their role with that one woman. Turn that table around. The women are jealous of each other and can't play their positions with that one man. That only shows how
That's not necessarily
men.
true
It only
because there's a
shows
lot of women who there's a lot of women like no bullshit. There are a lot of women who can deal with the same man and they can deal with each other
yeah,
without the
I,
jealousy. Day and most times, 9 times out of 10, they love each other more than they love the man. That man is just he's like basically a side piece, and
that
they
I,
become the main to each other.
how can he be the side?
That's
See,
how a lot of times
he the he
is
the side piece, but they live with him.
because one way or another they gonna leave that nigga.
Yeah, the one way or another they gonna leave
no.
that
I'm
nigga,
just
right?
not. What I'm saying is they don't have that jealous thing between them as the women because they love each other more than they love that man, separately.
That brought then that
Because
man
nine
probably
times
brought them together.
he brought them together. They're always around each other. When you put women around each other like that, for so long, and then you actually sharing a bed or y'all having a threesome here and there or whatever, them two women. I ain't gonna say this about men, but those two women, 9 times out of 10, will fall in love with each other.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you explained it like that. I'm glad you said it like that because I would have left the show. I would have left the show.
But I honestly feel like it'll work in a way, but like how she just explained it.
Yeah, makes great sense.
One
And for
way,
anybody out there if for any of you women out there that needs to be for any two women that need to be in a relationship with one man, my name is Casey Andolini on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will, hit me a like, comment, subscribe to Tag Up Gaming. Hit me up on Instagram.
no, I say that because I feel like it will work in ways. I feel like how can I put it? It will work to what's the word I'm looking for? To a certain extent, to where again, kind of like how she said, like how many just said they end up falling in love. Damn, he's not.
Can't catch it with his mouth open this time. Slobbering and shit.
That's what the highlight get you.
Subscribe to Sleep Rolling 22.
But yeah, I feel like ways the world is made up nowadays, the society. I feel like every relationship needs a third person to get by or whatever, or not even need a third person. You
Two motherfuckers can't even handle each other, let alone adding a third person.
said what?
I said two motherfuckers together can't handle each other, let alone adding a third person.
That would, I think it'd be easier. Honestly, think that
It may be easier,
things would be
but
easier. You know what I'm saying? The only weird thing would be who's the left and who's the right. Like that's the only thing that I think that would be the problem. Like other than that, I think you know
One more part.
living together, having children, having a life. I think that could work as long as the woman plays their position.
no. As long as everybody plays their position,
Yeah, but if one woman decides not to play their position, then pretty much
then the
everything
bitch
will
gotta
crumble.
go.
The
No,
bitch
she
gotta
just gotta
go.
go.
Yeah, she
She
gotta
ain't the
go.
one.
But
Yeah, but it's
He
going
ain't the
to
one.
always gonna be the one that want to be the main, the head honcho, knowing they can't.
Okay, but if they're gonna be doing it all together, then there is no main. So if there's a main, it'll never work. That's just like a
uh-huh.
fucking he's like a fucking pimp. You got your top bitch and your bottom bitch. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah.
So as long as there's a main, it's not going to work. It doesn't even make sense to even do it like that.
Yeah, you have a point.
You can't play favoritism at the jump. I mean, that just makes no sense.
Some people look at it like that.
That's because
Yeah,
that's people
yeah,
establish the same person.
you was
But when
here. This,
everybody has a mutual understanding, then you got a mutual understanding. Ain't no man, ain't no number one. We all number one. Shit, those are the ones that work.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Those are
I
the people
agree.
who got enough common sense to deal with this shit. The other motherfuckers don't.
Now,
huh?
what was I about to say? I forgot. I forgot like a motherfucker. I need to stop smoking.
Podcast.
Huh?
Subscribe to Man Talk Podcast.
Like, comment, subscribe to Tagged Up Gaming Talk Royalty Podcast, Man Talk Podcast, Reality Productions. Y'all know what it is.
ENT bitch.
All right.
You want to say
Well,
anything?
shit.
Huh?
Subscribe
What'd
to
you say?
C Rolling 22. Subscribe to C Rolling 22.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I figured you'd say that. I appreciate everybody watching.
CROLLIN 22.
I appreciate everybody watching the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight with me. That was a crazy ass fight. Very one sided. Very, very one sided. But that's how it happens. I lost a bet, so I'm pissed off. I gotta cuss my boss out when I see him. Because he bet on Terrence Crawford and I didn't. So yeah, we're gonna see how that works out.
Oh shit.
Ooh-wee.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, Tagged Up Samuels is back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back.
Everybody's out. Yeah,
I
I
knew
know.
Tagged
that
Up.
fight wasn't gonna last. He wasn't gonna do good on that fight because when they showed the camera on him, I could have swore I seen a yawn. And he looked as sleepy as fuck.
Man, he looked high as fuck when they interviewed him. You remember when I said, I'm like, bro, he looked high as fuck. Like, it looked like he smoked that shit that Mike Tyson gave him, like, right then and there. I'm like, oh, this nigga look high as fuck. He looks, he wasn't there. But they got to run that shit back, though.
And shit, he was talking. He was slurring like Mike Tyson. Get out.
Man, he better man, then.
It was man. I swole up and shit like boy.
Now I got to hear my boss talking all this shit all week. But it was worth it. I love watching that fight, though. It was worth it.
It was a good fight, but
It was one sided. It was one sided. Like, you remember, because I was gassing it up earlier as like Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard type shit. It wasn't even that. It was one sided. It was one sided. Ain't that right? See? Huh? Yeah, you seen that, right?
What?
Man, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Tagged Up Gaming.
Yeah,
I got to
we
work
out.
in the morning. I got to work in the morning.
Do you know why I put you over?
Because I was at the stop sign for too long.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why was you just sitting there?
I was just waiting for it to turn green.
I feel it's better than running through it. Where you headed?
I'm headed home
Okay, where you live?
with my parents.
Okay, and where do your parents live?
They live with me.
Okay, and where do you all live?
We all live together.
Okay, so where's your house?
It's next to my neighbor's house.
And where's your neighbor's house?
Ooh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
Next to my house.
I'm just too damn pretty. I know your man agree with me. The world would be fucked up. And my face wasn't all in it. She ill is back in your face. Instagram and book face.